Isso aí, galera. Vambora. Hellblade. Se perdeu o primeiro episódio, dá uma olhada, tá? A gente enfrentou aqui o Deus da Ilusão, né? O Vavrin, esqueci o nome. E agora vamos continuar aqui e ver qual que vai ser. Com a nossa querida.
She would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while she could see the faces everywhere. The trees. The mountains. Caves.
Cara, eu acho que a gente tem que voltar, né? Acho que sim.
I wonder, can you see the faces too? They're there, if you look for them.
Mother? Senua, you have the sight, just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother.
Ok.
Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world.
Eu quero entender melhor quem que é a Senua, tá ligado? Por que que ela tem essas visões? Por que ela tá pensando isso? Depois eu vou pesquisar um pouco melhor e aí eu trago no final, que nem eu fiz com Alan Wake. Eu faço uma explicação básica pra vocês do que eu entendi e do que eu pesquisei. Eu acho que a gente tem que retornar mesmo agora. A gente matou o Deus da Ilusão, a gente tem que matar o Deus do Fogo agora, né? Filho da puta, que susto! Caralho, é o tamanho desse vagabundo! Nossa, mano, eu tô esquivando, cara. Esquiva. Volta. Isso. Calma, relaxa. Ele é grande, mas a gente dá um jeito. Caralho, esse maluco tá vindo gigantão agora, velho. Caraca, ele tem uma lança, velho. Meu Deus, quanta gente! Merda! Levanta, levanta, levanta.
She's hurt. She's Take him down. Take him down.
Eu posso estar cansado.
She's hurt. She
Calma,
won't make it.
calma. Calma. Meu Deus, esse tem escudo. E é escudão viking. Bom, dá pra perceber, galera, que ela participava... Ela deveria ser alguma guerreira, tá? Ela participou de guerra durante a Era Viking, ou durante essa era aqui que eu não sei explicar direito. Deve ser a Era Viking, que o escudo é muito parecido com o dos vikings. E aparentemente depois da guerra, ela ficou meio louca, tá ligado? Ah, tá. O foco, velho. Tô esquecendo de usar o foco. Tá. O foco. Tem que usar o foco. Tá. Bom. Agora a gente tem que abrir a porta do Deus do Fogo, né? Pode continuar ali também, mas eu não vou ali não.
Has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raze their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. Was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
There was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Marcações nórdicas. Outro portão ali. Ah, mano! Tó, tó.
It's nearly over. Finish it. He's Find a good position.
Don't let him up. He's a better fighter.
Nossa, o foco dura pra caramba, velho. Esse aqui não cai, não. Tá. Será que agora é sombra de novo?
And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua'S?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Follow the screams. Screams.
Vai ter alguma forma aqui que vá.
The rooms.
Focus.
Tá, foi um. É isso? Agora falta o outro. Ali, ó. Esse é ali. Não é? Tá. Acho que pra trás aqui não deve ser, cara. Que isso? Que musiquinha é essa? Cara, como assim não é ali, cara? Rapaz do céu. Ah, era lá mesmo. Só que tinha o... Você tinha que estar com esse pau na frente aí. Porque tinha que estar esse pau aqui, ó. Vamos lá.
And you will see that it has opened. When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Vai dar merda.
Remember your training. End it! End it, now! This is nearly the end.
Caramba, velho, não parei o ataque dele.
Behind you. Keep them in sight. Behind you.
Não, merda. Acendeu. Como é?
Behind you. Finish this.
Sai daí, rapaz. Não se mexe com uma guerreira nórdica. Jamais. Pera. Eu vim daqui. Eu tenho como ir pra lá. Mas aqui é o quê?
When you see a fire gate of soot, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Soot.
Ok. Não dá pra bater, não dá pra fazer nada, mano. Cara, esse jogo é muito bonito, cara. Ganhou o prêmio, né? Essa atriz aí que...
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
What's happening? Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. The pyre. Cert is through there.
He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth, cert. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Cert, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Peraí. Uma coisa errada. Deixa eu ver o que tem ali em cima, né? Não vai dar pra passar aqui, não.
Another gate.
She needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire sacrifice.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Tá.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes. But they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me! I am alone.
Que loucura isso aqui, cara.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split
Pô,
open.
isso aqui é importante pra caralho pegar, cara. Ele conta várias histórias sobre
Wherever
a...
he goes, flame will erupt before him.
Muita história de Deus nórdico, né, mas...
Behind him.
acrescenta, creio eu, não? O jogo. É um contexto legal. Bom, ali a gente vai ter que descobrir, né?
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Opa, pode ser aqui, hein?
I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The
Ok.
man I once was has died.
Agora o que eu chamo de Rzinho.
Even gods you worship can die with you.
Isso é por aqui, mano. Ou olhando de outro ângulo, tá ligado? Se tivesse um bagulhinho... Não, os caras não iam dar esse mole de colocar... um perto do outro, não. Pode ser aqui dentro, né? Ou essa casa não serve de nada. Tem uma serventia essa casa, né? Subir aqui, pegar algum ângulo. Caralho, no chão? Ok. Meu Deus!
It's nearly over. He's finished.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the ground!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
Doideira, hein?
The Northmen say that what we see as a rainbow is the bridge that goes from the world of men to the world of the gods. For now, they say, the frost giants and the mountain giants cannot cross it. But they say that when Ragnarok comes, not a thing in this world will be safe. The Rainbow Bridge will break under the
Ragnarok.
onslaught of the fire giants riding on flaming steeds.
Ragnar.
Senua, I have seen the fire of Surt spread far and wide, and to our lands. Ragnarok is coming.
Falei isso, eu inventei de assistir uma série chamada Ragnarok na Netflix. Puta, que merda, hein, cara. Que merda. Pô, mais uma dessa aqui, cara. Agora são 3. Tá. Primeiro... Parece sinal da diferença ali, mas não é não. Na verdade não parece muito não. A diferença é 2 pauzinhos. Parece um jogo da velha.
I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Será que eu tô próximo desse sinal aqui? Porra. Bora. Aqui já tá dizendo que é o outro sinal. Ele vai mostrando, o problema é encontrar o bagulho. Aqui, ó. Encontramos um. Ótimo. Aqui já foi. Agora o daqui qual é? Aqui é dentro das cabanas. Faltam 2, né? Aqui o pé, ó. Ó. Formar aqui, ó. Como não é? Cara, é pra caralho aqui, como não é? Como não é aqui? Como não é? Ah, bom. Beleza. Não é pra cá não, velho. Tá dando nem sinal. Eu acho que é lá em cima da torre onde eu tava agora. Onde é que tá essa porra, mano? Ó, quando eu olho pra cá, ele vem. Então o bagulho tá por aqui, mano. Aqui, ó. Poderia muito ser isso aqui, mas não é. Ah, sério, cara? Será que eu tenho que ir ali na porta e olhar pra trás? Vamos lá ver.
follow the path to Surt?
Não. Caralho, mano, eu sou um jumento assim mesmo? Olha o que tá faltando. Só pode ser lá em cima, cara. Só pode ser lá em cima. Porque lá em cima a gente não fez nada, tá ligado? Não teve utilidade nenhuma ainda. O problema é achar onde. Na pedra, talvez? Não. Caralho, agora é a hora que quem já jogou fica meio... Ah, será? Não. Ó, poderia, hein? Poderia ser aqui, velho. Como não é, mano? Caralho, como não é? Nossa, olha onde era o bagulho. O bagulho é difícil, vai falar que era fácil isso aqui. Agora parece ser óbvio, mas... Olha aqui, velho. Caralho, cara. Tá de sacanagem. Vamos lá.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Surt and escape my darkness, then so can you. Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop me! Run, Senua! Run! Run, Senua!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Vocês viram isso? Ela voltou da escuridão. Caraca, esse aí é o Deus?
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
Ó a música, musicão de Viking. Ó, o foco eu tiro o fogo dele. É sério isso? Sério? Porra, o da ilusão lá deu muito mais trabalho, cara.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place.
Parece que esse é o psicólogo.
So it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers. Your quest. Your truth.
As oferendas aqui, né?
Truth was a troubled man. Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua'S saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness.
Que houve?
His tales of hell were true.
Ih, rapaz.
Then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him.
Acho que deu uma leve congelada no jogo, hein, mano. Ih, rapaz. Bom, vai tudo pro vídeo porque vocês estão ligados que eu não tiro, né? E aí, mano? É que volta? Vamos esperar um pouquinho. É. É, rapaziada, deu aquela famosa travada mesmo. Vamos fechar e abrir. Você pode um comportamento inesperado jogar esse jogo. É, pois é. Percebi. Pude perceber. Vamos lá, vamos ver de onde vai voltar, né? Tomara que não volte muito. Vamos lá. Torcer pra não voltar. Pelo menos depois do chefe, se for voltar alguma coisa, né? Qual é Play 5? O papo é esse. Tá. Ah, ótimo, voltou daqui, né? Tá bom. Exatamente onde estávamos. Um pouquinho atrás.
Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua'S saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. His tales of hell were true. Then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him. Until she too could see what he saw.
Pera aí, ali não, é aqui, ó. Acho que a gente tem que voltar pro salão, né? Não é isso? Acho que a gente tem que voltar pro salão.
you ever died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again.
Loucura, mano.
You can be sure of that.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Ah, agora eu posso voltar na ponte, é isso? Tá, eu não fui aqui ainda, eu posso ir? Acho que eu vim daqui então, né? Peguei as duas marcas já, dos dois deuses. Vamos lá. Será que agora vai abrir? Tá tudo azulzinho.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it. It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness.
Only the dead may cross.
Only the dead may cross into hell. Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control. A way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul.
Doideira, velho.
So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
Where?
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Caralho, cara. Bagulho atormentador, mano.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender. Abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Agora deixa eu atravessar. Ah, mas... não eram só os mortos? Ah, mas aí você aperta o botão e não funciona.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
They're winning.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
Behind you. It's nearly over.
Porra!
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Eita porra! Que é isso, mano? Olha o tamanho dessa merda, cara!
The better fight.
Não, eu desviei.
She will die. You will die. Get up quick.
Ai, não, não morre não, não morre não.
She's injured. She won't make it. You're close. You won.
Ah, tô preso, tô preso. Ai, velho, eu fiquei preso, cara.
She can still do it. Defend yourself. End it now. This is nearly the end.
Que loucura, mano. Pera, eu vim da onde? Eu vim daqui, né? É isso? É. Vim de onde tá apagado. Vamos lá. Coletávelzinho.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Olha isso aqui, mano.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face, menacing and grim.
Each must find it. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Ó, tá vendo lá? Pode ser que ali monte alguma coisa no alto aqui, ó. Subir na escada ali. Ó, o X tá por aqui, ó, certeza. Acima é o Z. Fala Z, tá, galera? Aqui é o X. Todas essas, vamos dizer, runas, né? Ou símbolos nórdicos têm um significado. Ou é força, ou é coragem, ou é proteção. Aqui, ó. O X tá aqui, ó. Ok. Agora o Z. O Z tá lá em cima. Cara, aqui a gente tem um Z, mas tem que pegar no ângulo correto. Ó. Ok. Agora o último. Ó, tá por aqui. Ah, fácil assim? Que ótimo, né? Podia ser todos assim.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming.
Caralho, como assim? Que é isso, cara?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Que?
You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Get up and fight.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua'S nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua'S reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed.
Caralho.
What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. The warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's the song. It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It's real. Listen to it. She
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Senua'S?
No, it's
Enough.
It's a trick. She knows it's him. It's a trick. He's already dead. You know he can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
Cara, que maluquice esse jogo, hein? Que maluquice. Literalmente, né? Maluquice. É a hora que a gente caiu da ponte, né?
There it is. You're imagining things. It's It's gone.
Slow.
How could you?
Keep going.
How could you?
Keep going. Ignore the pain.
I told you it was to trick you. I told you.
Where are you going?
See,
There's nothing to follow.
come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Que medo dessa estátua, velho.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him.
He's there.
The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years she felt a ray of hope.
Que doideira isso aqui, cara.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast. Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy. and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night.
Coisa pra caramba aqui.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like a hidden ghost. His enemy, King Siggeir, believes him dead.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take vengeance on King Sigmund.
Isso daí é a IG Brasil? Ou Brasil?
Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I'm not. I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! find you, my love. I promise.
Doideira, cara.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
As histórias são boas, cara.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword.
Negócio rapidinho, galera. Ah, tá de sacanagem. Ah, tinha opção aqui, galera. Até agora. Tinha a opção aqui de 60 Hz até agora, cara. Que sacanagem. Nossa, olha só. Bem mais louco assim. Nossa, que sacanagem, cara. Ai, mano, que sacanagem. Joguei até agora no trintão. Mas tudo bem.
Its name.
Espada que pode matar deuses.
It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge ground by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree
Para acender os lados, ó.
will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
The metal runestones.
Vamos nesse aqui primeiro.
Find it. The metal. The runes.
Porra, o bagulho é 60, mano. Tudo bem. Vamos lá.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Eita porra.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
What was that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
Is that his voice or the voice of the dead?
Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly mounds.
I can hear him.
The flames I passed through were real enough. Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wait.
Labirinto fudido, mano. Isso é louco.
What's happening? It's not him, it can't be.
What's that sound? The voice is changing.
That's not
Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed.
Que loucura, mano. Você é doido. O fogo aqui? Eita, eita. Acho que por aqui eu não passei ainda.
It's not Dillion.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find a think. Focus. Use your mind.
He's disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again.
Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be
You
another
don't
way.
recognize it. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
Yes, you do. You know where you are.
She doesn't.
Listen for his voice. Listen.
Dillion, where are
Listen
you?
if it's the same.
It all looks the same.
Something's different. Look for clues.
What is it?
What's different?
There's a clue.
Light the torch.
Light it.
Look for the torch. Light it.
Help you. What can you see? It'll help you see.
Dando 2 horas aqui sem acender as tochas, mas acho que eu tava certo, mano. Que eu já vim.
Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
Que ela não acende. Tentando seguir o som, mas os lados que tá o bagulho tá errado. Acho que voltamos a acertar.
Where are we?
She has no idea.
We're going round us. You have fallen in. You think that sound is Dillian's voice? It's a trick.
You walked right into their hands.
They have
Tem graça não, caralho.
looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue. Look. Let her think. No, don't let her. Space. She just needs. No. She doesn't think. Don't listen to them. Just us.
Ah, quanta voz na minha cabeça, para!
What do you need to do?
She needs us. What do you do? We need to tell her what to do.
Another strategy. She needs to think. She needs to think. She needs to think.
Shh. Give her space. Give her space. Let her breathe.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Voltando pro início.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried,
Estou perdidinho da
do
Silva.
not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day
Vai
than
onde
other
não tá
places are
aceso,
by
cara.
night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing.
Caralho, mas aqui tá muito escuro.
As though they were missing.
There he is.
Achei.
You found him. What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me? Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
Calma, pô, tô procurando, cala a boca. Lá vamos nós. Não dá, né? Não tem como abrir. Tá, mas vamos lá, vamos acendendo aí. É bom que a gente vai vendo tudo, né? Cara, mas que escuridaca aqui, hein? Aqui é a saída? É. Cara, e agora? Pra onde é? Pra onde será que eu não fui ainda, velho? Pra lá eu não tinha ido, já fui, beleza. É bom que eu tô marcando tudo, mano. Em algum lugar eu não fui ainda, tá ligado? Aqui só tem o coletável ali, beleza. Foda que ela anda lento, lento, lento. Aí tu erra uma entrada, é 2 horas pra ela voltar. Tem outro coletável.
Within the burial
Inclusive já
mound,
pegamos.
Hervor calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
What are you gonna do when the torch runs out? Until it gets dark, and then what will you do? You save yourself. There's nothing will come to claim you again. Nothing you can do. Nothing.
Acho que aqui tá apagado. Por que aqui tá apagado? Voltei pra cá. Mas que inferno, cara. Completamente perdido, mano. What the hell, cara? Aqui é onde tem o buraco, né? Acho que até aqui tá certo, cara, mas... Ó. Será que aqui tem alguma entrada que eu não vi? Ó. Aqui é onde a gente tava ali, ó. Tem a runa. Acho que é aqui. Ah, era na portinha direita e eu entrei errado, cara. Tá vendo? Errei uma entradinha lá atrás e fudeu o rolê. Sair? Nossa, que horror, cara. Meu Deus.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief had son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
It's done. You did it, but there's more.
Que loucura, hein?
There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy.
A gente precisa passar por isso pra pegar a espada, né? Agora a gente vai ali pro próximo. Doideira, hein, rapaziada? Doideira.